Hi everyone! So today we have a special guest, my little brother!
Hi!
So if you have a tall, narrow build like my brother, then you can probably empathize with having shoulder seams that are just a little too wide for you. And it can be frustrating, right? You know, not everyone has an older sibling who can alter your clothes for you.
Thanks, Becca.
Empower yourself to alter your own clothing. And there's a little menu down here, so feel free to use it. You can skip around from step to step. You can rewind to an earlier step. You know, I've made this so that it's easiest for you to learn. So look how nice I am. Like, really, you should subscribe to me.
And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to my channel too.
You don't have a channel.
Hey!
Okay, so first wear your shirt inside out. You're gonna look silly, but hey, you don't want these lines to show. So have someone draw in chalk where you want your shoulder seam to be. Get a friend to help because it's kind of hard to, lean over and do it all yourself. Take your shirt and you're using these as guidelines, which means they're kind of messy. So I'm just measuring the distance from the original shoulder seams to the new chalked ones, and mine were totally uneven. I'm just slightly erasing them and, remeasuring them to be equal on both sides and just marking that with some chalk. Then I'm taking a sheet of paper and curving this along the armhole. And I'm cutting off the excess so it's exactly the same length as the arm curve. Now I'm using this to create my new arm curve. So I'm holding it at the two end points and just drawing a line on where it falls. It's another way to do the same thing. Just chalk the side of the paper, then place it down, making sure you hold those 2 points firmly. Both ways work, just find what's better for you. Perfect. Time to pin it. So this part requires a little bit of patience, so stay with me. You're taking the pin in on that line that you drew in chalk. Then you're bringing it out right outside the seam line. So keep it as close to these two lines as possible, okay? Because the closer it is, the nicer your shirt's gonna look. And very important, make sure the original shoulder seam is trapped inside of these pins, okay? If it gets left out, that would mean that you have two seams showing on your shoulder when it's all sewn, okay? You only want one seam, the new seam. So make sure the old one is tucked inside, hidden. On to sewing. So, cut off the thread so it's clean and can just go through your needle super easy. Now, cut it off once more, fold it over, then tie it. Why? Well, when you unfold it, bam! I have a really big fat knot that is not going to come through the fabric. This is my secret, so don't let it out everywhere, okay? You can sew this however you want, but again, I'm going to tell you my secret. My favorite way is I make one stitch, and instead of going forward for the next stitch, I come backwards first, then go forwards. This just provides extra security, so it's not going to come off. And then notice that I tie it off like 5 times before I cut it. I just, like the extra security. Now just, cut off the excess and wear it.